You're broke because you listened. They told you debt is dangerous. Stay away. Pay cash for everything. Meanwhile, Elon Musk borrowed $13 billion to buy Twitter. Jeff Bezos built Amazon on debt. Sam Walton used other people's money to build Walmart. Every billionaire you admire is swimming in debt right now. But you? You're scared of a credit card. Here's the truth they don't want you to know. The rich use debt as a weapon. You treat it like poison. And that's exactly why they stay rich and you stay stuck. This isn't about credit scores. This isn't about being responsible. This is about a system designed to keep you poor while they print money. You think saving is smart? They think saving is stupid? You think borrowing is risky? They think not borrowing is leaving billions on the table. Right now, while you're watching this, billionaires are using debt to buy companies, build factories, and create empires. And nobody taught you how. They gave you one rule: avoid debt. They follow a different rule: exploit debt. I'm about to expose the exact playbook they use, the strategies Wall Street doesn't want you to understand. Pay attention. This changes everything. Let me show you the scam. You were taught: save money, avoid loans, pay everything in cash. Sounds smart, right? Wrong. While you're saving, inflation is eating your money. Every year, your cash loses 3 to 5% of its value. That savings account, paying you 0.5% interest? You're losing money. But here's what billionaires know. Debt is cheap. Assets are expensive. When interest rates are low, borrowing money costs almost nothing. But the assets you buy with that money, they grow at 10, 20, even 30% per year. Do the math. Borrow at 3%, earn 20%, keep the 17% difference. That's not risk, that's arbitrage. Tesla didn't build Gigafactories with cash. They borrowed billions at 2% interest. Those factories now print money at 30% margins. Real estate moguls don't buy buildings with savings. They use 80% bank money, 20% their own. The property appreciates, tenants pay the mortgage, they keep the profit. Private equity firms like Blackstone, they borrow 70% of every deal. Buy companies, increase profits, sell for billions. Your parents told you to avoid debt because they were scared. Billionaires embrace it because they understand leverage. You're playing checkers, they're playing 3D chess. Here's the exact formula they use. Step 1, understand good debt versus bad debt. Bad debt, borrowing money for things that lose value. Cars, clothes, vacations. This makes you poor. Good debt, borrowing money for things that make money. Businesses, real estate, income-producing assets. This makes you rich. A $30,000 car loan at 7% interest? That's poverty debt. The car loses value every year. A $30,000 business loan at 7% that generates $50,000 in profit? That's wealth debt. Same amount, opposite outcome. Step 2, borrow when money is cheap, not when you're desperate. Billionaires borrow during low interest rate environments. Right now, rates are higher, but they locked in cheap debt years ago. They planned ahead. You react too late. Step 3, use OPM, other people's money. Why risk your own capital when banks will give you theirs? Real estate investors put down 20%. The bank covers 80%, property goes up 10%. That's a 50% return on your money. That's called leverage, and it's how every empire is built. Step 4, let the asset pay back the loan. Smart debt pays for itself. You borrow money, buy an asset, the asset generates cash flow. That cash flow covers the loan payment. Your risk, almost zero. Your upside, unlimited. Rental properties work this way. Businesses work this way. Even dividend stocks can work this way. You're not gambling, you're building a machine that prints money using someone else's fuel. Step 5, Scale with debt, not savings. You'll never save your way to $1 billion. Impossible. But you can borrow your way there. Every Fortune 500 company was built on debt. Every skyscraper. Every global brand. Amazon lost money for years but kept borrowing because Jeff Bezos understood. Growth beats profit early on. Now they're worth $1.5 trillion. That's the game. And you've been sitting on the sidelines. Let me hit you with the hard truth. You're not broke because you don't work hard enough. You're broke because you think like a poor person. Poor people see debt as a trap. Rich people see debt as a tool. Poor people avoid risk. Rich people calculate risk and take it. Poor people save pennies. Rich people borrow millions. Your grandparents survived the Great Depression, so they taught you to fear debt. I get it. But that's survival thinking, not wealth thinking. Billionaires think differently. They ask, how can I use this to my advantage? You ask, what if I fail? That fear is costing you everything. Here's what you need to accept. Staying safe keeps you poor. Taking calculated risks makes you rich. Debt isn't the enemy. Ignorance is. You don't need to be reckless. You need to be strategic. Learn the rules, play the game, stop sitting on the sidelines watching everyone else win. The system is designed to keep you afraid. Banks want you scared of debt so you stay small. Meanwhile, they lend billions to corporations at 2% and charge you 18% on credit cards. They're using your deposits to make themselves rich. And you're helping them. Wake up. If this opened your eyes, don't let it end here. Subscribe to Business and Money Secrets right now. Hit that button. Because tomorrow I'm exposing something even bigger. Private equity's $1.2 trillion debt playbook. The hidden strategies. Blackstone, KKR, and Apollo used to buy entire companies with barely any of their own money. This is how the real game is played at the top. And I'm giving you the blueprint. Don't miss it. Subscribe now. Turn on notifications. This channel is your weapon against the system that wants to keep you broke. Watch the next video before you sleep. It will change your life. Let's go.